Hello and welcome to another shocking, horrible, disgusting episode of the Lume Platters.
Yes, but before we go into the horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day,
Yep.
I want to discuss some random stuff here.
Okay, what are you wearing?
Okay, we'll talk about that first, sure.
Mm.
I am wearing the elusive
Oh.
Grande Seiko SBGM 239. The Hodinkee limited edition that just didn't want to show up.
Yes.
I think it's the 239, right? It is the 239, yes.
I always forget these reference numbers.
The reason, we'll get into it, but I have done some maths.
You have done some what?
Maths.
Math.
As the British say, some maths.
Math.
Essentially.
Okay.
After everything.
Okay.
Hodinkee not shipping the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Me having to rebuy it at a slightly higher price.
Mm-hmm.
Import duties here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And still ongoing FedEx refund, but it looks very much that they're going to wire me the difference for the import duties as well, which means I'm going to get a little triple dip into those import duties because I've already had Hodinkee refund them. Grand total, I am 700 dirhams ahead.
Yeah, let's see if you get everything and then celebrate.
If not, I'm 500 dirhams behind.
Okay.
That's where we are, right? Because we're waiting on 1,300 dirhams.
Mm-hmm.
So if FedEx, which they've already asked for my bank account information twice, I think
that usually is a good sign. Yeah.
Yes, and they've itemized everything. They said you have paid this much.
Mm-hmm.
This is the price of the import duties for the Oris. This is the price for the Grand Seiko. This is how much we will be returning to your account.
Not bad.
I mean, it seems like everything's been approved. We're just now waiting on finance to actually send the money. On top of this, at the same time, Chase has closed their investigation into Hodinkee, and I got the full amount that I asked for back.
Okay.
In permanent terms. So it said the merchant has approved the refund.
Lovely.
Okay, so that means essentially I could be 700 dirhams ahead. Now, doing some more maths because I sold my Rolex Datejust and 2 Grand Seikos, and I have since bought the Oris, the 1 Grand Seiko.
Yeah. I
decided I'm going to be a gentleman, and since I have this in-out money policy, I have said, remember the Tudor Black Bay 54 we picked up before summer?
Yes.
You were there. I decided that I'm going to add that into this as well, because technically I should have sold something to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was breaking my own rules to get that. So I said, okay, fine. We'll put that into this lump as well. That left me with 14,000 dirhams still that I could do something with. So I bought another watch.
No. What is happening?
I did. There was one watch, and we'll get to your wristwatch check in a moment.
Yeah, no worries. I have time.
There is a watch. Essentially, being that I sold the Datejust, I did sell the Datejust partially because of your comment saying, why do I have a watch with a date? And then I went down the rabbit hole and said, yeah, you're right. As much as I hate date watches, why do I own this? It does nothing for me. I rarely wear it. I've tried to sell it 2-3 times before. So there was no function that this watch had. So the only watch with a date that I have is the GMT, which once again, as I said, is functional. You need it. It's a travel watch. You want a date on that. So I did miss the notion of older Datejusts. Except I don't like the date. That's the only thing. So I said, what would I have if I could have any kind of watch that I would want? And I was like, I want a funky dial. I want something with texture. I want something like a Grand Seiko Snowflake. But I don't want a Grand Seiko Snowflake. So I started digging around. And of course, one of my favorite watches was the one that I sold, was the SBGW231, this 37 millimeter three-hander. So I said, have they ever put a textured dial on this? And they did once. It was a silver textured dial, a linen dial that was supposed to represent the those paper whatever shades doors that they use in Japan, right? Whatever. Nonetheless, it's a very exactly. So a very three-dimensional linen dial in silver. It was exclusive to the European market, meaning it was not a limited edition. It was just exclusive to the European market, and it was a boutique-only edition. So then my question was, how the hell do I get one?
How many Grand Seiko boutiques are there in Europe?
Not very many. There's one in Paris. There's one in London. There's, it's not very many, but it was made specifically for the Paris boutique. But it was sold at other boutiques as well. Nonetheless, I got one out of London.
No.
At a discount because I didn't have to pay the VAT because they're shipping it here. So it came out significant because, the UK prices are ridiculous in terms of VAT, how much VAT they add in. I think it's like 20, 25%. Yeah. So
that's
retail
all over Europe,
price.
it's 20% nearly, right? They're harmonized at 2%. Germany
Hungary
is 19,
is still something like 12.
Oh,
so Hungary still stays low.
Yeah.
Lucky us because we can't afford anything else there, right? It's ridiculous how expensive everything got. But nonetheless, I found through this dealer or AD this exact watch that I wanted. Retail price $4,150 GBP.
Yep.
I paid $2,725.
No, it's not bad. This is a what? It's a spring drive? No.
No. It's a regular mechanical movement, manual wind.
Oh,
manual wind. If you look it up on your thing, it is the SBGW267. W267, and Monochrome did a very good article on it. There was two. There was one called Light, called the Yukage, the Asakage.
Yeah.
And then the Yukage was the dark, the shadow. So it was Light and Shadow, two watches.
Which one do you have?
The Light.
The Light.
The silver. Because this is what I was like, if I have the perfect one, what would it be?
Oh, yeah, that's, oh my God. Yes, it must be the most, yes, it's perfectly a Martin watch. I can see that. It's probably the most boring Grand Seiko ever made.
Look at the dial.
Yes,
how is that
exactly.
boring?
That's what I'm doing.
It is a linen dial. Tell me, does anybody make linen dials anymore?
Good question. No, I don't remember anybody making.
I don't think so either.
But it's the linen you probably only see when you are pretty close to it. Maybe, I don't know.
The way the sun hits it.
Yeah, or that, and then the rest is it's just really. Some of the pictures. I'm on the Grand Seiko website, so I can see.
The Grand Seiko website sucks.
Yeah, but
ignore that.
Okay.
Go to the monochrome pictures that they took.
Yeah, we'll do later.
Monochrome watches SBGW 267 and 269, and they took some really good pictures of the
Monochrome
linen.
Always does good pictures. I found it. Yeah.
So they did. There's one where they show the bottom half of the dial, and it's
now I'm also
nice.
Putting on my glasses, so the chances that I'm seeing the linen is increased.
So it is not. It is.
No, it is a nice.
It reminds me of an old
texture,
date just without an actual date window.
But of course, it's very monochromatic.
Obviously,
works for monochrome watches.
It is on monochrome watches.
Oh, it's not washi paper. It's shoji paper.
Shoji, washi,
not washi. Okay.
Toilet paper. It's all same.
Yeah. No, it's well, it's like the Grand Seiko version of an Oyster Perpetual. It's pretty.
No, it's a Grand Seiko version. For the Oyster Perpetual in terms of size and the 36 millimeter. This is 37.
Time only.
But this dial is so 70s, 80s Rolex. It's ridiculous. And that's what really got me hooked on it. So
yeah, it's the linen dial is nice. Yeah.
They had one left. I said, can I think about it? They said, send us £1,000. It's refundable. We'll hold it for you until Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I transferred over the rest of the money. Yeah. So they're shipping it today. Now, the other thing that has happened over the weekend is we got a release of a new JLC Reverso, or a set of new JLC Reversos.
Yes, I heard.
And those also were ridiculously cool, especially the small size in the, tribute dial, silver tribute dial.
Yes.
And now I'm kind of thinking about buying that too and selling my Reverso.
Well, you know what? I mean, the problem with the Reversos I have, what is the price on it? Do you know already a dirham price or is it a dollar price?
Yeah, dirham price is 32K. And mine is 38.9 or something was how much it was.
Just because it's smaller or because it's...
I don't know. It's the same movement. It doesn't have the running seconds.
Or maybe that's their way of actually reducing the price without reducing the price.
Yes,
right.
And I was thinking the same thing too. They are trying to reduce the price.
Because
so 32K, no running seconds. So it is a two-hander. Same 822 movement. So it is a very nice looking watch. So I was thinking about whether I should trade into this from my Reverso. And that's a tricky subject because this new one has 18 millimeter lug width, which I don't like.
18. Whoa.
Yeah. And mine has 19. And I have a million 19 millimeter straps.
Yeah.
And I have 0 18 millimeter straps. So I honestly don't know what I would do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at. So who knows?
Who knows? I mean, this is a tough one because, 18 millimeter straps is really not something you really like, right? I mean,
but 19 and 20 is perfect for me. I know that's my wheelhouse. So I could
19, I think it works. I mean, talking about 19.
Yes, your orange strap. Oh, that is what you... Okay, fine. Tell the ladies and gentlemen what you're wearing.
I am wearing my Glashütte Original Pano Reserve Rose Gold version with the Hodinkee strap that Martin gave me because you didn't have a 19 millimeter watch.
I have tons of 19.
But
I don't have any need for an orange strap.
And you gave it to me without the pin buckle. Though.
The buckle, yeah.
So I had to find one which is a deluxe one. That fit foot. It fit. And well, it looks really Hermes-y.
It does.
With this gold
watch.
Which I
never thought about. It is Hermes orange.
Yeah, it's very nice. So I saw this watch.
I want it back. No.
It's no worn. Sorry. But I saw with my wife, we went to this weekend to Dubai Mall for breakfast and had a stroll around, and we walked past A. Lang & Söhne, and there was a Pano Reserve, and no, it's not a Pano. What I'm talking about? What is it? The Lange 1? Then it also looks like this with a similar dial setup. Yeah, and it was on an orange strap, and my wife said that looks nice on this orange strap, and I thought, I have an orange strap.
An orange strap.
And I have a watch that looks similar. Let me go home and do something. And that's when I thought, yeah. And there we go. Now I'm very happy with it. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Well, speaking of Hodinkee and Hodinkee straps, all those 8 straps I ordered, no word from Hodinkee. I think they said we'll ship within 3 to 5 business days.
Yes.
Today is business day number 5. So I have no idea. It either ships today or doesn't ship.
Did you ship via Shop and Ship?
Chop and ship, yeah.
Because sometimes it just arrives, right? Then you never get it.
So I wasn't messing around with this. It's chop and ship. They're just straps, so they weigh nothing. So I figured this is the safest and best way. I'm not going to also, if I'm going to spend $5 a strap, I'm not going to spend $50 for shipping, because then they're going to come back and say, by the way, 7 of the 8 were out of stock. So we're going to ship you one $5 strap for $50.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not good.
So I was like, I'm not risking that. So I did regular shop and ship. Let's see what happens, what comes, because now I don't care. You give me 4 out of the 8, fine. Yeah. I don't care. Because it was $15 shipping.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens. I did notice, I've been searching Hodinkie's website. They have taken every single strap off. There is 0 straps.
Okay. That's it then.
Is in the lifestyle category. You now have 1 item remaining, which is the drumroll Hodinkie book.
All right. Watches.
Oh no, sorry, 2. They also have the magazine. So the Hodinkie book, the one that they wrote, as well as their magazine, is the only thing available in lifestyle. Straps is nothing. And in watches, there are 3. Very curious. So the 3 watches they still have available. I don't know if they have any no pre-owned, I don't think. I will just open it just to see, to verify. Pre-owned watches, 0. And new watches, they have 3 available. 1 is the Mercy. If you recall, you remember? Yeah, Mercy. The second one, where is it? Where did it go?
Mercy me.
All new watches.
But I only see out of stock. I have. I go to
just
new
went
watches
to it.
and I have
Yeah,
a
it's
filter.
what I'm doing too. Is there not a filter for showing me what is in stock?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't have even the option to say
everything is. You're right, because they switched it. You're right. It's only limited now. So click on the limited tab, and it'll show you the 3 watches.
Okay. Limited.
The Oris Diver 65 that I have is still available at $3,800. I ended up paying $2,200. And lastly, the Chronomaster Original Triple Calendar Limited Edition for Hodinkee Zenith, which they only made 75 pieces that were being sold on Hodinkee.
Yeah.
And they're still not sold out.
See, and this is
I like it. I like it a lot.
I think that's if you like the Zenith design and the some kind of the Chrono, it's Chronomaster in general, the old version, that's the one to get, because I think meteorite subdials, moon phase.
Yeah, huge.
You have the annual calendar.
Sorry, not just meteorite.
No.
It is the moon meteorite.
Oh, this Goblin, whatever it's called.
Gibeon meteorite. So that's even rarer than a regular meteorite.
Right,
okay?
Right.
You're getting, so the reason I hate Zenith Chronomasters or any Zenith El Primero is because of the stupid date window. But my OCD, I'm able to bypass that if it's a calendar, a GMT, or any kind of modification thereof. So I can have a triple calendar, which I'm okay with the date window then, and a chronograph, and a moon phase.
Yes.
And meteor dials.
Yes. I think
for the price of a Rolex GMT.
Yeah.
And that's a Rolex GMT at the store, not secondary market.
Secondary market.
Yes. And this is ridiculous. What the hell does Rolex think? GMT is not worth that. I looked up the Submariner. The Submariner is now also $41K. The no date. The date is another $5K more. It's
crazy how much the prices increased. And I think this is the thing, which is one of the topics I actually wanted to speak to you about. It's the premiumization. How do you say that? If somebody premiumization, yeah, exactly. The premiumization of things. Now, every watch manufacturer in the world is trying to get into this higher level, right? Because that's where the volume hasn't dropped so much. But in the lower level, it did, right? So everything under $5,000 doesn't sell well, right? It's getting less and less. So the market gets harder. The pie gets smaller, right? So in this above 5,000, even above 10,000 range, the pie stays the same, right? The volume is still there. The volume is not dropping. So everybody tries to make more expensive watches. The problem with that is, like I think JLC learned the hard way, just making it more expensive doesn't make it premium because
and that's what Rolex is struggling with.
You have to make it better. Something more has to come into it. I think Rolex is compensating a bit with their precious metals, right? So to get the average price higher, you just sell more precious metal stuff. But if you just make things more expensive that were cheaper before, it just doesn't make it automatically more premium just because of the price. You have to do something on the product. You have to give us better quality, better movements, better finishing, better something.
Meanwhile, our friend Mahmoud sent us an offer, so to speak. He said, basically, someone he knows had a call for a... what was it? The Sky Dweller in white dial stainless steel. And he asked us, does anybody want this? And we're like, hell no.
No. I love it.
No, and then I hate it. I think it's stupid, but I know you like it.
I had a Sky Dweller for 2 years. I really enjoyed it. But if I wouldn't have had at the time, the overseas coming in, then I would have still enjoyed my Sky Dweller.
But he tells me, Mahmoud said, and I told him it's stupid, it's too big, it's oversized. And he said, but it's an annual calendar and it's a GMT. And here we are, by the way. I want to point out the dimensions of this Zenith Chronomaster triple calendar. It is, once again, triple calendar, moon phase, chronograph, 38 millimeters. And then, because in my mind, the first thing I said to myself, I always try to talk myself out of things. It's going to be too big. 38 millimeters. That's a good size. Well, it's going to be too thick. It's going to be a fat, chunky watch. 14 millimeters thick with the domed sapphire
because it has
crystal.
This very boxy sapphire. So
like,
probably
are you kidding me? This
2
is
millimeters,
like 12
2 millimeters are the...
Yeah, it's what I was calculating. About 12 millimeter thick for all of this in an automatic chronograph triple calendar. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. So no, there's no reason for the stupid Sky Dweller to be that big.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a chunky watch. But I liked it because I have a chunky wrist, so it was 42 millimeters. It fit me. I really enjoyed it, but you need to have a big wrist for that, or flat wrist, or whatever.
No, this is what I have in mind, and I mentioned this last time. I was supposed to get a call for a watch, which never came to fruition, but it's fine. I don't mind. It was either it came or it didn't come. I didn't care either way because I was going to have to really shuffle some things around. But the reason, even if it comes, I think I would pass. Okay. And the watch was a Batman.
Okay.
Now, the issue is of price. Would I be willing to pay 44,000 dirhams for a Batman at retail? And I don't want to flip it. I don't want to be that guy to say, okay, fine, I'll buy it just to flip it.
There's not so much in flipping. In any case.
No, there's maybe 5K in it, so you can get something out of it.
The Batman is the worst at the moment from the GMT line.
The, what's it called is, the new Clark Kent or whatever the hell they called it. The gray and black.
Bruce Wayne? No,
Bruce Wayne.
That's still fetching a premium, but not as much anymore.
The Batman is the cheapest one on Chrono is 55K.
Yeah, but you get it here locally.
And that's
you get
not
it for
new.
53, 52, 50, yeah.
So roughly, but once again, brand new stickered. And remember, there's two variants. So you also have to keep in mind which one it is. Is it the new movement or is it the old movement?
Yeah, current.
But nonetheless, my point is, I could get all of this Zenith for the same price, essentially. And that, to me, is a deal breaker.
But that's always a challenge with Rolex watches, right? You always have had, historically, always the challenge that you think, okay, I get a not hand-finished movement. I get a high-quality watch, for sure, but...
it'll last forever.
From a feature perspective, one-to-one, you always get better value for money with other brands to a certain extent.
But I'm still stuck in the Rolex is a 25,000 dirham watch mindset because all of my Rolexes have always been around 25,000 dirhams. Brand new from the AD.
Yeah, but nowadays you can't get anything anymore for.
Yes, but they haven't changed anything. The same watches are being sold now for 41. Oh, screw the new movement. Are you telling me my sub ceramic was 24K from the AD, the no date. And now it's 41. And you're telling me that movement that they put in, which has a 24-hour or whatever longer power reserve, but essentially the same ceramic bezel, it's slightly larger case, et cetera, is worth it? No way. It's not worth it.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, I just checked. You can get, of course, Rolex watches for 22,000 list price if you're going for a 28 millimeter Oyster Perpetual. If you go for 41, which I would prefer for myself, or 36, you're paying about 25 to 26.
But I'm talking about what's it called? Once again, my Datejust that I sold.
So, but that
with the white gold bezel, with the Jubilee, I paid 27 for.
But
at retail.
But that is about 5 years ago, right? 6 years ago?
5 years ago.
Because at that time, it was the Oyster Perpetual was 21, like 2019.
Yes.
But you got a bit of discount, so we paid 19 for it.
19 is what it was going for, exactly.
Oyster Perpetual 39, something like that.
Yeah.
But
so let's do the math here.
Yeah,
let's do the math.
That's 5.
If you're doing it that way, that means today you're getting it for 22. You used to be getting it for 19, okay? So that means you would get about a 14% discount, which it was a 12% discount. But this means the watch has become 14% more expensive, okay? For the OP range. Now, let's do the same with what you used to pay for the sub-ceramic no date, 24K. Maybe it was 24,500, so I'll be generous and I'll put the 500 in there. And today, you're paying 41,000, no discount. That is now a 40% price increase.
Yes.
So there is no, there's no, what's it called across the board? It's not consistent. Let's take the Datejust, for example. I paid 27,000 for my Datejust with the white gold, with the Jubilee.
You're paying
now it's going for
37,400 for the no date in Dubai.
Is it 37,400?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We'll get back to then. Maybe I was looking at the date. It's 41. One of them is 41.
Yes.
I might have made
42. Exactly. Smooth. Exactly 42 is the date.
How much? Okay, so we'll go back there. So it was not 40% then. So 37 for the
37,400. Yeah.
37,400. So that puts you at a 35% price increase. I bought my sub date because I had that one as well for 26.
Okay.
That divided by 42,000 puts you at a price increase of 39%. So even more. And then once again, lastly, I think it's around 36K. Is it 36K or 37K for a Datejust Jubilee fluted?
Oh, yeah. I don't think so. I don't know. What do you mean 36 millimeters? Let me just quickly check. Datejust. Where are we? Here. I have to configure. I love the new website. Yeah, 37. Yeah, 36,900.
So 27%, 28% there. So essentially, all I'm trying to say is these price increases are not uniform across the board. They are targeting the watches that they know are popular. And you can see this because the OP is the least popular.
Yeah.
That has gone down. The Datejust is kind of in the middle somewhere, 27%. But then sub no date went up 35? And then the freaking sub ceramic went up 40%.
Yeah.
So it is a big difference across the board. And that's what I'm saying. I believe that a sub ceramic is no longer worth it. I believe a GMT is no longer worth it. I do believe, however, the Zenith Chronomaster triple calendar is worth it. That's all I'm saying.
I also feel like the Datejust 41, for example, which is still one I watched that. I mean, I had a Datejust 2. I really want one back eventually. I don't know why I want a Datejust, but I think it's a lovely everyday watch. Maybe I get one, maybe not. The one I want is basically Oyster, steel bezel. So it's the boring one with the blue sunburst dial. And it's 33,000. So that's not too bad. Didn't increase too much. If you go, of course, for the white gold bezel, then of course
it goes up.
Then you will go back
and
to.
And this is what I'm saying: is some things did not increase that much,
more,
and But nonetheless, I just don't think that this one for me was worth it anymore. I don't want to have that much money tied up in a GMT. That was my issue.
Yep.
So if it comes, we'll make a game time decision. What will happen to it, whether I pick it up or not. But I don't see it happening. Yeah. Because I think there's other things I'd rather have for that much money.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. But the thing is, like, I think what Rolex is doing, and this is what I said before, they just increase the price whenever they put a tiniest bit of precious metal on it. Like the exact same Datejust that I just told you about, that I wanted, blue oyster steel bezel, was what, 32, right? Or 33. Now, if you buy it with the white gold, the bezel, so the fluted bezel, it's 42,400. So it's 9,000 dirhams more.
Which it used to be
just for the bezel.
It used to be 4K.
Exactly. Now it's double that. It's 9,000 difference. And that's a lot. That's a lot of money, right? For just this piece of bezel. So yes, it's white gold, but hey, it's not really that much white gold. Anyhow, so that's you are right. I mean, Rolex is flying high. I mean, they are one of the watch dealers that watch brands that still has a lot of demand. Even that has waned down a lot. If you see how many watches are now basically selling at pre-owned dealers for retailish price, plus minus a tiny bit, you see that when you have to sell it to a pre-owned dealer, you're not even getting retail. So you lose money. So that means at least short term. But since Rolex increases the prices so much, eventually in a couple of years, you will sell the watch for the same price that you bought it for. So that's always that was always more or less the promise that you had. If you buy a Rolex and you sell it after 10 years, you're not actually losing in absolute terms money. With inflation and stuff, you would probably do.
I lost 1,000 dirhams on my Datejust that I sold, and I wore it for 6 years, 5 years.
You can't complain. You just can't complain about that. But other watch companies don't have that. If you buy the Zenith, they're from Hodinki, good luck selling it. If you need to. I mean, not that I mind if that's a watch that you really like.
That's a good looking watch. How do I make $14,000?
No. Don't have any nefarious ideas. But
they probably wouldn't ship it, but they would send an empty box.
I have a good segue. You just put your signature on it, like somebody else we know.
All right, let's get into it. So,
there is
for those of you that may have noticed or may have not noticed, those of you in America, those of you actually anywhere, because this was a big talking point on all of the watch groups I'm on.
Yeah, not only in the watch community, even in the non-watch community, people talked about it. Yeah,
everyone talking about the Trump watch.
Yes, and it is. I mean, look, there are two lines of watches that he has created, but let's first understand who's making these watches.
Well,
so it says there in the small print that the Trump watches are not designed, manufactured, distributed, or sold by Donald Trump, the Trump organization, or anybody else from this brand. It's done by the Best Watches on Earth, LLC. And they use the Trump name, image, and likeness under a paid license agreement. So that means, technically, obviously, Trump gets his license fees. He's probably already been paid for that. Who knows? Or he gets a cut for every watch sold. I have no idea. But that is the Best Watches on Earth, LLC. And this is so much of hubris already when you're calling your company the Best Watches on Earth. And they are based in Wyoming. Why Wyoming, do you ask? Yes, I can answer that question. Wyoming has the best anonymity rules for LLCs. You don't have to disclose who's running the show, who's owning the show, and all of this stuff. So you can just run your LLC more or less anonymously. So that's the case. So we don't know who's running the show, who is owning this company. We don't know. It's just Somebody did that. Now, they have 2 lines of watches.
Hold on. I just want to point out one more thing you didn't talk about, best watches on Earth. The images shown are for illustration purposes only and may not be an exact representation of the product.
Yes, meaning when
these
the
watches are
ship,
not political and have nothing to do with any political campaign.
Yes.
But the watch is called Fight, Fight, Fight.
Fight, fight. And has a picture of Trump raising his fist after he got shot in the ear there, right? So
with an American flag behind it, it's very...
Yeah. Anyhow, so there has 2 lines of watches. Let's go to the good one first. The good one in...
No.
The good one.
Okay.
The good one first. The good one is the Tourbillon. 146 will ever be made. It is actually a Swiss-made watch. As far as we can see in the illustration, which might not be the final product, it is our tourbillon on 6 o'clock, a 2-hander otherwise.
How do you know it's a Swiss-made watch?
Because it says so on the dial. Swiss-made.
It says Swiss-made tourbillon.
No, it says on the dial, Swiss-made. So that means
But once again, it means 60% of it has to be Swiss.
Yes, but you can only put a Swiss movement in a Swiss-made watch. It's impossible not to do that.
On the back, it says Swiss-made tourbillon, which then I'm thinking the case is not Swiss-made.
But if you put Swiss-made on it, then even for the case, you have to have the final finishing assembly, 60% of the value generation, blah, 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 in Switzerland. So you know there's these rules. It's as Swiss-made as a Tissot. Let's say it this way.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So many parts can come from other countries, but
it looks shittier than it is.
Anyhow, so it has diamonds on the bezel, it has diamonds on the case, and it's solid gold. So there's some weird specs on this watch, right? You can get it in rose gold and in yellow gold, and it's approximately 200 grams heavy. Obviously, it doesn't say with how many
of gold
links,
it says.
right? And it has 122 VS1 diamonds. Anyhow.
So you will stand out for all the right reasons, it says.
Yes, for all the right reasons.
Be ready to wear a declaration of victory.
So
each timepiece will be numbered.
Yes, exactly. And it has a TX06 tourbillon, which is made in Switzerland. Now, it has a couple of these weird specs, like 105 hours of power reserve, a 3 hertz movement, 19 joules. And it says even there in the spec sheet the movement diameter and the thickness and the mainspring torque. Have you ever seen a watch company publish the mainspring torque? No,
never.
You have never seen that specification before. So they must have copied and pasted it from their supplier specifications
so you reverse
and
search
just
this.
put it on the website. So, but with these specs, I was able to find out who produces these movements. And that is an Olivier Maury. And he runs a company called BCP Tourbillons in Switzerland. And he makes this kind of movement with the same power reserve, with the same amount of joules and the same dimensions for a couple of other brands. Always in a special series. So that means it's always proprietary because it's only done in this specific way for this company. So it's a manufacture movement, basically. So he does this for brands you might have already heard, some of them. And let me have the list here. I have to check this because I made this. I wrote this down so that I won't forget. And it is Aventi, Patria, Louis Erard, Balut, Code 41, Junge & Co. from Norway, RB Baumgartner, Louis Chevrolet, don't ask me, Jema Yachtengraf Tourbillon Mareograph, Delma, and Initium. So these are a couple of good companies. I mean, Delma used this movement for their 100th anniversary watch. So it's a good Swiss-made tourbillon movement. They're selling up below 10,000, some of them, the watches. Of course, they're not made of solid gold, but there you have an idea that these guys make money selling a watch below $10,000 or euros or Swiss francs with this tourbillon movement in it. So it's not a super expensive one. But
have you looked at what the movement looks like? There's not a tiny ounce of finishing anywhere on it.
Well, it's for illustration purposes only. You can get this watch very, very nicely finished. It's made in very small numbers, and it's actually delivered to people with the specs you want, right? Because it's the typical Swiss supplier.
And this is what I'm saying.
Thing.
Is so this Trump watches decided consciously for their $100,000 watch. It is $100,000, right?
Yes.
They decided that they were going to have zero finishing and laser etch Trump on the, what is that? The barrel? What is this?
This is you mean on
the escapement? Is that the escapement? No, that's not the escapement. This is the barrel, right? It is the barrel.
Yeah. This is the
back plate of the barrel.
Yeah, I think this is the main spring. Yeah,
spring. Yeah. So they etched Trump on it as if you were to put it into an inkjet printer and print it out. Then it gets better.
Yeah.
You get 2 case backs with your watch. One is a clear one, which allows you to see, quote unquote, the beautifully finished movement. How do they say it? Delivered with a clear glass, no printing, allowing you to display the intricate mechanisms of the tourbillon. And the second one is a caseback featuring a unique, personalized thank you message from President Trump, engraved directly on the caseback. So, for the example, it says, James, let's think big, ! And this is once again engraved, looking like this was printed.
No, it is printed. It's printed on the crystal.
No, it says printed, but I'm saying it's not hand. It's not something that they took his handwriting and they etched it on. No, this is literally just printed.
Yeah.
So they say that Donald Trump personalizes this message for you.
Yeah, well,
I'm calling a little BS on that one.
We remember the story when he who did he meet? He met somebody and on some event, and he gave him his Harry Winston cufflinks as a present when he was there, that he was wearing, and he gave that to that guy, and the guy just eventually had them authenticated and found out it was fake. So who knows? These are the stories. But what I'm saying is, with this watch, it's $100,000, and if you look at the back of the picture where you see the clasp, you see that it's actually a stamped clasp, which is a weird thing to put on a $100,000 watch.
This is not a $100,000 watch by any stretch of the imagination. But
what I'm saying is even if it is gold, a stamped clasp with this little, I think they don't have the watch yet, so it's not yet produced, so they're using these renders.
Rolex did stamped clasps forever.
Yeah, but in solid gold, yes, well, maybe.
Yes, of course.
But this is really, you shouldn't do that nowadays. But anyhow,
go look at your wife's president, her day dates.
Yeah,
it's stamped clasp. Of course it is.
No, it
is.
No, it's a hidden clasp in any case.
It's a hidden clasp, but it still has the stamped mechanism underneath.
It's not stamped. It's very, very. I think it's milled, because it's not the it's not the 1803 that doesn't come with a one. I have a later period band. I think it's not stamped. It looks milled. It might still be stamped, but it's very, very thick. Anyhow, my point is, you can obviously stamp it, but it is what it is. It's a bit of a diver's style watch with a lot of diamonds on it. What is actually water resistant rating? It's 50 meters, right? I think. What is it? 50 meters?
I didn't look. I didn't see.
So maybe it's not.
But here's. Hold on. I'm going to send you this copy image address. Here you go, Ralph. Check out this beautifully stamped Rolex clasp. Of course, this is not something that Rolex does any longer. But
where did you send it to me?
This was. Hold on, I haven't sent it because I haven't found it.
Anyhow, so this watch, as I said, it's it will be sent all around the world, and you get a 2-year replacement warranty. That means they don't fix anything; it will be replaced. Let's see. I don't understand how they can do that with 107 pieces limited edition, though. But no, my wife doesn't have this kind of stamp clasp. No, I can show you the clasp of the president bracelet from the.
So I don't know when they started doing milled clasps, but they used to have these stamped on the gold day dates, date justs, everything.
Okay.
Then they went from this into the hidden clasps.
Yeah, no, and it's a solid bracelet. Right? This is not the president bracelet here.
No, this is a oyster. Yeah. But I'm just saying, giving an example, they did have, so it is possible to make an oyster style stamped gold clasp.
Yeah. Anyhow, so it looks stamped. It looks very gold and very diamondish, as we said, 122 diamonds, but there is a Swiss movement in it, right? So just as an example, when you look at the Delma one that they produced for the 100th birthday, they said that they put the Delma enlisted the expertise of Olivier Maury, co-founder of BCP Tourbillons, to develop the movement. Olivier, based in La Chaux-de-Fonds, worked with Delma to ensure that the caliber was 100% Swiss-made. Finishing was undertaken by Oraton, Delemont, and CV Decor in Le Locle. The gear train was produced by Guimel Royage in Villiers. The escapement was built by Atto-Kalpa of Alais. The caliber is equipped with a transmission mechanism from Tavadec in Tavannes, and the screws and shock absorption system come from Kif Parachoc in Le Brassou. Finally, the barrel was fashioned in Bienne by General Ressort. So you have already 10 companies working on the movement, 10 different suppliers.
Right? In the meanwhile,
which is amazing, and obviously for the Trump, people can make it to spec, right? So somebody wanted a tourbillon because tourbillon is amazing. It's the best thing you can have. Gold, diamonds, plug it in, overcharge by at least 200%, and there you go.
Now,
but
according to the gold price, today,
200 grams are
36,000 dirhams in 18 karat gold.
So 10,000.
So $10,000. So essentially, how much does the movement cost? You said probably another 5,000. Well, remember the cheapest Swiss tourbillon to go to market was the Tag Heuer.
Yeah, but that has changed. Orage has a cheaper one.
There's a cheap. Okay, so how much is the cheapest one now?
I don't know, 12.
Because the what's it called was 14. Around 15.
Yeah, but you can get, some kind of tourbillons which are actually not really tourbillons.
So essentially, they're looking around $15,000 probably for costs in this watch.
Yeah. Anyhow, so it is a terribly overpriced watch, but it's not as terribly overpriced than the Fighter version. Because the
Fight. Oh, no, sorry, it is just
collection.
Called Fighter.
Yeah, but then it's called the Fight.
The Fighter, Fight.
The Fighter, Fight.
It's a great name.
The collection is called Fighter, and then you have the Fight.
The watch is called Fight. Okay, understood.
And it has the signature on the dial. The gold version, it's not in solid gold, obviously. It's just gold tone. That means it's probably either gold 1.07 microns of gold plating or something, or maybe it's just gold color. Who knows? $800, and then of course for $500,
18 karat gold plated stainless
steel. So you have probably not even a single gram of gold on the watch. You have thousands of grams on it. Yeah, but it's gold. It looks gold. It's fine. It's gold plated. A lot of watches are gold plated, and there's only 1,000 of them. Only 1,000 will be made. So that's that. And the movement.
Here's the cool thing:
is a Seiko NH35. So it's Japanese.
I could immediately tell it was a Seiko just by the day and date display. Mm-hmm. So that's not even a question in my mind. But they say the dial is black onyx.
I would be. You have to read really. It's not onyx.
It says black onyx stone.
Onyx gold stone watches.
No. It says if you look in the specifications, it says dial black onyx stone.
Wow. Well, if it would be, the dial itself is crafted from black onyx. If that's
no. Look down. Q. Go to the specifications.
It's already sold out.
Doesn't matter. No, it's
Yeah,
pre-order.
the dial
only.
set
It is
is
sold out.
black onyx stone. So that is actually not too bad.
And it says it's a ceramic bezel, which I also...
Well, you can get this in Pagani watches for $80. So that's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's, well, the black onyx dial, I didn't know that. That is good. That is a good find. So that is not bad. And they have...
it doesn't look like a black onyx dial.
Anyhow, this is horrendous, right? Oh, wait a second.
Capable of withstanding water.
I thought they all have the same.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the red one,
yeah,
please.
I like the red one. That was really good looking.
Yeah. If you look at the specifications there, you have a very, very special thing because it says the crystal is sapphire-coated mineral glass.
And the other one was sapphire.
Yeah,
itself,
but you can't
right?
coat sapphire on top of mineral. That doesn't make any sense. How can you sapphire coat something? It's a crystal. You can't coat it
how can you
sapphire.
diamond-like coat something?
Diamond-like carbon.
DLC or whatever, right?
Yeah, but it is something that you can put on top.
So diamond-like is sapphire-like coat.
Diamond-like, but this is sapphire-like.
Yes, but I think they're saying sapphire-like coat.
It's a weird thing.
Is what they're going for. But yeah, this is a different movement. It is so they're all automatic.
Yes,
which I'm very impressed at because I thought they were just going to be
quartz. Yeah,
quartz.
Yeah, the one is the Seiko NH36 and one is the Seiko NH35.
This is basically an Invicta.
No, I mean you can get the same kind of watch from a different brand for like 200, 300, right? So it's reasonably overpriced. It's only like 80, 90% more than other watches. But you have to pay the Trump license, right? So obviously, right?
Oh my God. You know what it says on the description?
No.
If you're looking, I'm looking at the black and gold one.
Okay.
We're talking about a 42 millimeter case diameter, 12.5 millimeters thick.
Yeah.
200 feet or meters water resistance with the sapphire coated mineral glass.
Yes.
And it says the two-tone gold and silver stainless steel bracelet completes the luxury statement of this timepiece. It is it is perfect for a dress watch.
A dress watch.
Apparently, this is a dress watch.
Yes.
I didn't know.
A diver watch. Dress. And it's dressy for people who, it's also said this is a classic for any good businessman.
Nothing will stand in the way of this watch's durability.
This two-tone fight watch.
Fight.
Fight. A strong statement of elegance and success. So there you go.
So I'm guessing that the dial is stone on the other one because they don't list dials on any other ones.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. So I think in general, these are okay watches. You cannot.
Which one would you get?
Which I already ordered the $100,000 watch. No, I don't. Even for the fun factor, I just can't get myself to spend $500 on this. But it's
if it was 100, I would consider it.
Yeah,
I would get the red one, the orangey red one.
So the funny thing is also, obviously, this can't be Swiss made because it's with a Japanese movement because you have to have a Swiss made movement in a watch, otherwise you can't call it Swiss made. So you have a Japanese movement in it. It doesn't say where it's made, so obviously it's come from Asia, Hong Kong, somewhere, and that is okay. Good watches come from there. Lots of micro brands produce watches there, but it's not a terrible watch from a quality perspective. I think. Design perspective and price is ambitious, but then so is, I guess, Donald Trump.
So is Trump. And on the back, on the case back, you have an engraved, it's not engraved, it's etched, laser etched, I'm assuming. And it's Trump after being shot holding up his hand with his signature. So the signature is on both the front and the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
In case you want to look at it in
this heart rate signature that he has. Yeah.
Unsigned crown.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, what would you sign it with? With the
Donald J. Trump?
No, you have to sign it with the best watches on earth LLC.
No.
logo.
You put DJT or whatever. I don't know.
Anyhow, somebody has already looked at the fonts used and found that the font used is a system font, which is actually not the font that Trump usually uses for his logos. So
just look at this. The Trump logo on the top of the website doesn't match the Trump logo on the watch itself.
Yes, exactly. There's a couple of things which are wrong in the Trump watch logo, because that is a system font, while the one there on top, I think, is the right one. I don't know. And somebody who knows fonts has looked at that and said, that's not really
built as tough as the president.
And even if you
this watch embodies
these,
a true fighting spirit.
At the tourbillon, and a lot of people have pointed that out. If you look at the tourbillon picture, you see that the tiny screws inside the tourbillon are blue colored, not heat blued. Because you see that the little slot is silver, and only the top of the screw is blue, and that's how you identify that it's not heat blued, but
blued, because the whole thing would be blue.
It, yeah.
Well, I have this for you right here.
So
you ready?
Yeah.
With 330 feet of water resistance, scroll down. Water resistance, 660 feet. On the red one.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's obviously.
It says on the black one as well.
Care.
On the black one, it says 330 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And on the gold one, it does not make that mistake. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump. Best watches on earth.
So I can still I'm just putting 50, 60, 70. Let me see how many watches I can put in my
cart.
Oh, okay. I cannot put let me see. Can I put 35 in the cart? Yes. 36. Yes. I wanted to see how many are left. Right.
I'm going to add how many? Wait. It was 1,000 or how many? 100, right?
146. Okay. At 45.
I'm going to add 146.
46 I can do. 47 I can do. 48. I just wanted to see how many are. 48. It tells me that's too much. You can't add 48. So that means either they have an inventory and there's still 47 left, because I can put 47 in my cart right now.
Well, would you like to know how many I can add
of the gold diamond version?
44, 45, 46, 47,
and yet
48.
Wait.
49.
Wait.
48 is the max.
Yeah, 48 is the max.
$4,800,000.
So either 100 of them have already been sold, because 147 is the amount, right? Or they just have whatever.
So one has sold, is what you're saying.
No, 147 are available of this.
147. We divide that by 3.
No.
Because there's 3 colors.
No. Only the gold version, the diamond version. Yes, of course. You said because of the 3 different versions.
Yeah.
The gold version.
That puts you at 49. I can add 48 to my cart. So let me go back to Tourbillon. I'm going to try to add the other colors.
But still, since they are pre-owned. That's a good question. So there could be. Who knows?
Okay, I've added now.
I am clicking as well. We are adding so many. I'm going for the rose gold right now. The rose gold has 45. So I guess 1 or 2 have been sold. Wow. Can you imagine this?
On the black one, I am able to do, once again, 48. So that means 1 has sold of the black. How many did you do of rose?
For rose, I can put 45 in my basket, but if I do 46, 46 also works. 46.
Go to 48.
It goes back to 46. So, 46.
So you're telling me, so right now we, in our cart, collectively have, we have 48 plus 48 plus 46. We have 142 out of the...
147.
147.
Wait about one. The number 1 has Trump. Is already for Trump. Is reserved for Trump.
Of each one?
That is a good question. If it is for each one, then that means none is sold.
Exactly. No, the pink gold must have sold 2 or 3.
Yes.
I was hoping that they would be stupid and have let us chose more than 147 in total, and that would have been great. But sadly,
no. So
they
this is also a shop system that we always have exploited that before when we wanted to see how many of a limited edition are still there, right?
Yeah.
On the Houdinki website and others, but they have managed to figure out that you can only put maximum of 2 in the cart or something like that. So, but these guys didn't. So we still know that they have these watches available. They're not selling. However, the cheaper ones are selling. So the black one, the full gold one with the onyx dial, right?
The 1,000 dirhams, yeah.
Only 1,000 available.
Sold out.
It says sold out. I don't know why there's still a pre-order button and I can still put it on pre-order. Or maybe it's sold out because I cannot order it. Doesn't make any sense, right?
It looks to me that the sold out thing is not actually, it's just in the description.
Yeah, maybe because they're supposedly only making thousands of them. So, anyhow,
but this is a part of the description.
Yeah, it says sold out. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Maybe it's just a.
Do you know how I know it's a part of the description? Because you can literally.
Yeah, it's part.
Drag down while you're going through the text. You highlight the text.
Yeah.
If there's a break, that means that it is a separate box for it. But it's not a box. It's a part of the description. So I'm pretty sure they have written sold out in the description to try to push these and people to inquire about them.
Maybe. Yeah, that's true. Maybe you can just pre-order. The other ones, anyhow, it's... The point is, the other ones are not limited. It says to a certain extent that they are limited, but it doesn't say how much limited they are. So it's very limited. Anyhow, so
at the same time, I'm also in possession of a president's watch.
No way.
Yes.
Worn by the president of Burundi. No, I have this watch.
No. The president of France. I got the Merci again.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes, I did, and I wore it. I like it. I like it for 1,300, 400 dirhams. I think it's a fantastic deal. And once again, it's roughly the same price as this president's watch, except mine is a manual wind ETA movement 2801, which is actually funny because it's not even one of their crap movements.
Yeah.
The 28 series is already higher than the... What's the lowest ETA movement? The 2424, I believe?
2424. Yeah, well, I mean, the manual wound one, the Peugeot, the 7001, is this the one that you have?
Mine's 2801.
2801. Ah, yeah. Well, isn't that also based on the Peugeot 7001? I thought it is. Maybe it's not. Anyhow, it's a good movement. So you can't.
Je ne sais pas.
It's totally fine. It's a good
It's the same as the Hamilton H50. Essentially. Except mine is at 4 hertz with 42 hours of power reserve.
Let me check.
Hamilton has lowered the beat rate to 3 and made it 80 hours.
Yeah. It is not the 7001. It's a different one. The 7001 is 46 hours power reserve and has 3 hertz. Yeah. And it has a small second. That's the difference. The 7001 has small seconds, and I think the 2801 that you mentioned is a normal center seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, here's the weird thing. Some people say that there's a version with hacking seconds and a version without hacking seconds.
Okay.
Mine hacks.
Right.
Every Hamilton I had with this movement hacked.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very, but then the one that I had prior to this didn't hack.
Yeah, maybe there's.
Because if you recall, I had this twice now. They keep selling them to me for some reason.
You seem to keep buying them. That's why.
I keep making these ridiculously lowball offers on eBay, and then they just manage to. I don't know how it ends up being mine.
You know, when you list something for like 3 years or so, and then you get an offer. I think they just
got pissed off because they listed it for I think $580 or something, and I'd sent $350, and then I forgot about it. And then once again, like 2 days later, I got a message saying, congratulations, you've won. And I'm like, what have I won?
This is always my...
I totally forgot.
Was my worst thing when I put 3 offers for 3 different things. It's never thinking that I will ever get one, right, of this with the offer. And then all 3 said yes. And
3,
like,
yes.
no,
No, you can't do that. I figured that one out already. You cannot send multiple offers.
That was a beginner's mistake. It wasn't too expensive things, not watches or stuff. But that's when you think like, damn. Yeah, but here, if you look at, again, I think we can summarize the whole Trump watch. It is not the worst technically. If you like the looks, go for it. If you think that this is something like reminds you of whatever it reminds you of, fine. But it's definitely Swiss made.
You could just buy an Invicta for much less.
When we talk about the tourbillon, you can also buy a watch with a similar movement for way less. And obviously, still Swiss made and all of this stuff. But it's
I
not
think
the
for
most
$100,000 you can buy a lot of things.
For 100,000, the question is, do you really want to buy this solid gold perpetual calendar from Patek?
Or the Donald J. Trump fighter tourbillon.
Diamond.
Your choice.
Yes, your choice.
I think it's safe to say we're not going to be seeing any of these on, at the brunches here in Dubai anytime soon. Although if I saw one, I would definitely take a picture.
How long will it take for this watch to pitch up at AliExpress?
If
the copy watches.
If he doesn't win the election, I would guess that the original ones would actually be just sent to something like AliExpress.
No, I mean the copy versions of it, not the
copy
real
version. I don't even think they're going to bother. I think the same manufacturer can make both the copies and the real ones.
No, that is too expensive because they're actually real Swiss movements. Let's assume that is true.
No,
right?
I'm talking about the other one, the non-tourbillon.
Yes. Fighter.
Fighter. Yes. So, but it is funny, and if we wait until next year, we'll get the Kamala Harris edition.
but what will this be? Richard
no
Mille
idea.
Or will it be? It can't be a tourbillon, so it has to be at least something like an annual calendar,
a perpetual calendar,
or maybe a chiming watch, maybe it chimes something.
No, because the problem is, once again, a tourbillon is entirely for show.
Yes.
On a watch, right? We know this.
Yes, it is for show because you want to show how you can master the technology of a tourbillon, which is not easy.
But now here's the thing. I'm thinking
it's a pocket watch.
This is very, very similar to Donald Trump himself, right? It's a very showy individual. But I think if you do a chiming mechanism, some kind of a minute repeater, that's going to be for a more elevated individual, right? Somebody that enjoys listening to this watch. And I think there's nothing to show there because most of these chiming watches are hidden.
Yes, the mechanism is usually on the back.
Issue.
You wouldn't see that much.
Yeah, so you wouldn't see it, so it wouldn't be appropriate.
Okay, then.
For this type of application.
And on this
But anyway, the other thing I did want to, I went back to the website again.
Okay.
The other thing I want to note is the red and the other one, the Onyx dial has a ceramic bezel.
Okay.
But the red and the black have aluminum bezels or aluminium.
Ooh, so you for $300 more, you actually get Onyx dial and a ceramic bezel. That's actually not too bad. Oui, oui.
Anyway.
Oui, oui, monsieur.
All right,
merci,
on
merci.
that bombshell, it is time to end.
And bye-bye.
We'll catch you